Well, I think what you're describing, Sunny, is you've learned, and I've learned the same thing. The more value you provide, the more value you receive. It's almost like a reciprocal law when you are a part of a community.
From a village in India, rural India, to probably the center of the universe,
Yeah.
New York City,
Yeah.
just focusing on every single relationship, not looking at any individual, any company as my competitor, building those meaningful connections, and showing up as a go-giver to create value.
Welcome to another special episode of Sunny's Silver Linings. Our guest today is Brad Schow, VP, Business Transformation Evangelist at ConnectWise. And now, here's your host, the founder and CEO of IT by Design, Mr. Sunny Kayla. Over to you, Sunny.
Hi, Brad. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Sunny. How are you?
I am doing well, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. Sunny, you always have a good smile on your face, good energy. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, Sunny. I always walk away feeling positive.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Brad. And that overall, their vibe is mutual. And yeah, not only I start feeling positive and encouraged, I also feel like, I'm always taking a lot of very, very high impact nuggets when I'm having conversation with you. It's just, there is so much respect for you, what you have done for IT by Design when you were doing our startup, to just me being part of Evolve from many, many years. And it's a huge impact on my life. And you are the biggest impact maker when I reflect on my life.
Oh, well, thank you for that, Sunny. And likewise, you've been a massive impact on mine as well. We've done some fun things together.
Yes, absolutely. From Australia to US. We have spent some time together.
Right.
Okay, so I'm super excited about talking about community of communities.
Yeah.
So can you talk to us a little bit about that concept? What is the definition of community of communities?
Yeah. Well, Sunny, we almost have to go back a little bit to our formative years back in what was HTG and kind of the early days of kind of the IT nation, where things were simpler. The industry was simpler. It was a little bit smaller. Most businesses were the same size, but when you think of community, you think of connectedness, and back then it was sort of easy. When you showed up and you were a part of one of those communities, you just knew everybody, and it was great. But eventually you reach a tipping point in a community, Sunny, where you need to start having other communities inside your community because your community just gets bigger. And you want to maintain that feeling of really connecting with the right people. And what that turns into, Sunny, is there's communities that come out of those communities and other communities that are created, and they can all be, I'll use the term better together. I use that a lot because I think it's a good definition of community if you had to sum it up. But it is a thing where as IT Nation grew and Evolve grew, then I think you would say, like, you learned a lot. You talked about it. You learned a lot in the Evolve program and grew your business, and you grew a community. And now your community and our community, they are better together. So we want to get the communities together so that we can have the best of all of it, but still maintain the connection to the community that you're the most associated with.
Yeah, what I'm hearing you say, Brad, is that it's more of looking at a macro level. And then you have micro communities, and micro communities combined is a lot more collective power.
Right. Yeah.
And people consume different things from different places when it comes to tools. And if there is more of togetherness, than oneness as a channel, then everyone benefits from that.
Yeah. And Sunny, we even expand it to, and you've seen this and been a part of it. Like, we do communities even for the solution partners inside of our communities so that they can get connected and have that opportunity where they're connected to themselves as solution partners, but then also are a part of the broader community and get to engage with the, kind of the other half of the equation, which are the owners and the employees that are coming out of the MSPs.
Yeah, no, thank you for that. Brad, so can you talk to us a little bit about the structure, who can be part of this? So if there are like community like Build It.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk to us a little bit about the community of community structures and how other communities where the mindset, the values are well aligned, so that they can see it for themselves that if there is that alignment and they can kind of really be part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good question, Sonny. So what the approach that we're taking is if your objective is to help the partner grow, you can be a part of our community. Like as long as you're not, we have some culture things like there's no predatory behavior and like don't do things that you just shouldn't do, right? I think we all know what a lot of those things are. But
Yeah.
you're there to help the partner grow and you have a community. We would love for you to come and be a part of what of the opportunity that happens with kind of what I think is probably one of the bigger, more broader communities in our industry, which is IT Nation. And so if you have a community, if you have a following, if you have a group of people, and IT by Design and your Build It conferences, that like the Right of Boom folks are a part of that, CompTIA is a part of that. There's a dozen or so communities that we're going to have at our next event, and anybody who's associated with those communities, the door is wide open for them to come in and not only partake in their community, but be a part of a broader community to get more value.
Yeah. Okay. So another piece that I want to talk about is what are the programs that people can consider that are part of this whole new concept?
So it's a good question, and we're just dipping our toe in the water. What does this look like? So we have obviously, and the community that I'm a part of, kind of central in, is the IT Nation community, where we have a number of different offerings, like our conferences and the evolved peer groups and the role-based peer groups and all the different things that we have to offer. But we also have relationships with folks like yourself and IT by Design and CompTIA. And now what we're doing is we're beginning to create content and opportunities where we're partnering together. Like we wrote an MSP Plus playbook. We partnered with CompTIA to help people be able to join CompTIA, utilize the MSP Plus material in getting like certified around security. And again, that's that better together community of communities. So there's a number of things individually in the communities that can happen. And we're right now building some cross pollination, I'll use that word, where we're trying to have from a structure and offering standpoint things that leverage different community strengths to make those better together, to make it easy for the MSP to grow.
Yeah, one thing that when we were talking about, okay, who can be part of this? Like, what are the mindsets? What are the values?
Yeah.
And one thing that I think I never knew before I joined HTG back then, after reading Go Giver's book,
Right.
like how powerful that
Yeah.
approach is, that mindset is.
Yeah.
When you show up to give back,
Right.
when you show up to create value with what you have,
Right.
then you are automatically taken care of.
Right. Yeah, Sonny, we're a lot right now. We're working with a lot of the content people for Connect and a lot of the solution partners that want to provide content. We're going back to them and saying the order needs to be define an opportunity, define what a partner could do about that opportunity so that they get value. And
Yeah.
then when that's done, then feel free to say what you can do to help them with it. But if the order gets out of place and it becomes, here's what we can do for you, and there's no value to the partner unless they pay you or they engage with you to get that value, then that's more about the wrong person than it is about the partner growing. And so as long as you are that kind of that go-giver, I'm going to provide as much value or more value than I take away. What I think what you're describing, Sonny, is you've learned, and I've learned the same thing. The more value you provide, the more value you receive. It's almost like a reciprocal law when you are a part of a community.
100%, 100%. And then what's your message to those, Brad, where they might consider you as a competitor?
Yeah.
I know that thinking exists that, oh, if I do join this ConnectWise community, then they might be my competitors. Why would I go there? So what's your message to those people?
Yeah, it's a good question, Sonny. And I'm going to go back to a bit of the positiveness. Like our industry seems to be, since I've been a part of it, Sonny, it's always growing. Like, hey, do you remember a time in the past 25 years when it hasn't been where it hasn't been growing, where the opportunity next year isn't going to be bigger than the opportunity was last year? Like, do you
Not at
remember?
all.
I don't remember that time, Sonny, and I don't think
Yeah.
it's there. And
Yeah,
so I look at,
just one thing that I want to say there is that from the year 2003, since I started my MSP in New York City,
yeah,
channels future always have been bigger than the past every year.
right. Yeah, every year. And Sonny, so I look at it like while we may be in the same space or offer some of the same products, the opportunity in front of us is always growing. And so there's always room, right? There's always room for different people to show up. And the more we help and equip the partners that we serve and we get to supply products to, the more we help them grow, the bigger that pie continues to get. And having choices is part of kind of keeping the iron sharp to make sure that our products stay good and work well. And then we're helping them grow, just like what you may consider a competitor of ours when they show up. So we're not afraid to compete. And I think as long as you show up thinking, I want to help partners and I believe I have a product that can help them, and it
Yeah,
becomes about the partner's growth as much or more than about your sales, then this is all a win-win for everybody who's a part of this.
absolutely. Then the whole pie gets bigger.
Right. Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, rather than being a grape, we
Right.
can take a couple of grapes level sugar from a watermelon.
Right.
And
Exactly.
I'm going to share a story on this. And so I'm close to New York City, and this is where you used to come to do our strat up
Yeah.
in the conference
Beautiful.
room where we could see all, like, the World Trade Center, the Freedom Tower, everything. Just a little to the right is Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
When I arrived here in 1993, Brad, like from this 18-year-old boy from a village in India, rural India, to probably the center of the universe,
Yeah.
New York
Yeah.
City.
Yeah.
And I'm standing on the Jersey side looking at the Lady Liberty, and I had two emotions. I had gratitude that to be in America, that out of 1
Yeah.
billion plus people, I made it here, man.
Yeah.
A village boy and no
Yeah.
English. And then at the same time, I had frustration that I couldn't afford a ferry ticket to go visit the Liberty Island.
Hmm.
Now, fast forward, just focusing on every single relationship, building and keeping meaningful connections in my life, not looking at any individual, any company as my competitor. I had 400 competitors. So we rented, first of all, we rented the entire Statue of Liberty Island,
Yeah.
and we partied with 400 plus competitors that
Yeah.
used to be our competitors,
Right.
but now they are our collaborators, our clients, MSPs, because moving from MSP to MSP of MSPs, so they became our client. And what brought me from not having a ticket to be able to rent this entire island in exactly about 28 years is that mindset of relationships, finding, keeping great people in my life, building those meaningful connections,
Yeah.
and showing up as a go-giver to create value.
Yeah.
Knowing that it's easy to earn money than earning people, and not looking at anyone as my competitor. So, and then my uniqueness, right? So I'm a unique individual in the channel. Not too many people are as unique as I am in the channel.
Yeah. I
And
agree with
knowing that superpower, that my genius and my experience being well versed in US and India culture, in 2007, I was able to create something for my small, medium-sized business customers of MSP, where my peers and my competitors needed it. So then being friendly, like kind competitor who is a go-giver, then they became friends. So basically,
Right.
what the point that I'm making is, with this thinking that this is why I appreciate it so much. This is why I talk about this openly, because I want to kind of really amplify that mindset that you have there, because I have personally experienced so much success because of that mindset. That, like, if you're looking at other people as competitors, then that's like a very narrow vision. That's not a very boundaryless vision. But if you can think of what is unique about you, what is unique about your value offering, and you create that value for everyone, and that value is so unique for the marketplace that you serve, in this case is SMB marketplace, then if other people need your unique capability, then they are not going to be competitors. So with this thinking of relationships and value creations and go-givers, you can turn your even enemies to your collaborators.
Yeah.
Forget, competitors is not as strong as the word that I used, enemy, but
Right.
but I think there is just so much wisdom, so much value in this mindset. So I would love to support this initiative. I would love to do everything and anything that I can do to make sure that the entire MSP channel, the maximum number of people, get aligned with this type of thinking, where we are better together.
Yeah. Sonny, your story is so like inspirational. And I've been fortunate to be kind of, a part of the same communities and working with you for so many years that I look at community as kind of that fertile soil that allowed all of your individual kind of inspirational gifts and it gave you the opportunity to build those relationships. Like it became that ecosystem or that soil that really allowed you to kind of grow and accomplish all the things that you just talked about.
And being part of that HTG community gave me, like, being sitting in the peer groups and sharing my numbers, where we were kind of outliers when we had that global capability, and then a lot of peers, their customers were demanding the 24/7 from them, but not too many companies were able to do it. So they had a lot of fear, uncertainty, doubt to even try it. But because of I'm talking about the power of peer groups, that not only it kind of really gave me a total different perspective on how can I create value in this world, but also the growth that we were talking about. My growth happened being part of the peer group that we started with, our conversation with. Like, HTG had a huge impact. People like you, Arlen, my peers, they have a huge impact on me. And the one thing that I always say is, Brad, is that, like, growth starts with you. It's a present activity, and it starts with you. If you grow as an individual, as an entrepreneur, as a leader, everything and everyone around you grows.
Yeah, and I would again observationally say I've seen the most growth from the people that come in and press into the community the way that you describe it, where you look at it like there's opportunity here. I'm going to give. I'm going to build relationships. I'm going to learn. There's so much positivity that can come from being a part of a community, and the whole community of communities concept is the only way that can scale. That's why we're continuing to go this direction.
Yeah, no, that is so true. And I think great news there, Brad, is that we are at the right place as a community, MSP community, at the right time. And the total addressable market is, with big B's,
Right.
billions of dollars. When you look at any research paper for this space, that's why more and more PE monies keep coming in, more and more cash confidence for the channel is coming in. That from here, when you study European market, you study Australian and New Zealand, like the whole North America, Europe, and Australia and New Zealand, there's just a huge market available. The
Right.
marketplace is
Yeah.
huge. So there is so much abundance. All we need is the abundance mindset, go-giver mindset,
Yeah.
relationships, and really knowing who we are as unique individuals with unique strengths and unique capabilities as a team, as a company, and then show up with that relationship and value creation mindset. And then we can continue to expand this whole market. The total addressable market is going to continue to exponentially grow because we are creating so much value for the SMB space. And the SMB space is the biggest economy in the world. All we need is free zone thinking.
Yeah, Sonny, I couldn't have said it better myself. Like there's so much opportunity now, and it seems like it's only going to get bigger.
Absolutely. And I thank you so much for coming, Brad, to my show and sharing your thinking, sharing the concept, which is so beautiful. So much abundance there, so much goodness there, so much oneness there. And I would love to be part of it.
Yeah, thank you, Sonny. And I'll throw out if you're hearing this podcast and you want to be a part of the community of communities, our next event in the first week of October or November down in Orlando, IT Nation Connect. As the community of communities, Sonny, IT by Design is going to be there. You're doing a number of sessions.
Yeah.
You're going to have your community there. If you're a part of Sonny's community and you want to come and experience our community, because maybe you haven't done it before, if you go to connectwise.com/connect, you can sign up. And if you use the code BuildItNC or Build IT Nation Connect, so Build ITNC, you get 25% off, so that it make it a little bit more affordable for you to come down and be a part of it.
Yeah, I will be there. My entire team is there. This is one of our most exciting month.
Yeah.
Since 2005 that I've been going to IT Nation, and there's just so many new connections that I have built by going into this. So many wonderful people that I have met where they are more like lifetime friends now. And so we're going to be there. We are inviting entire IT by Design, entire Build It community to come and experience this. And together, we will be able to do some amazing, amazing things. And I do believe, Brad, that it's not only the annual conference, but also the peer group community is getting together there as well. So you can experience both programs in November. So if you're listening to this and you want to be able to experience it, there's a code. We will be sharing that in the post that will go with this video. And you can always reach out to me, Sunny Kela, on LinkedIn. I'm quite active, so you can just DM me, and then I will make sure that you're connected with the right people. You get all the help that you need to register for the peer group or the conference. And Brad Schow, he's very active, so just Google him. You will see his LinkedIn. You can connect with him. We appreciate you joining us today, and thank you, Brad, once again for coming to my show.
Yeah, Sonny, thank you. I sure do appreciate you and all you do for me.
Thank you for watching Sonny's Silver Linings. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.